let's give it a shot.
Okay, we're here again with Bruce Wilkins, the head of instruction. Well, I missed that.
That's all right. Director.
Director.
Head.
Okay, we're here with Bruce Wilkins, director of instruction at Belfair's Learning Center. And Bruce, I see that you are a master professional teaching and coaching. Tell us kind of what that means.
So that's the highest level that somebody in the PGA of America can attain.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to attain that, you need to be in the industry for a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, you need to be working in your craft for at least 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you need to go through a series of kind of certifications, so to speak. They start you out, and it takes years to get through each process.
Okay.
And then by the time you're done, you actually pretty much come up with a portfolio of your work over those 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You present that to other master professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You teach in front of other master professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was lucky enough to be accepted as a PGA master professional.
That's wonderful. So,
yeah, it's great.
So you're not a blue blood. You didn't just get
No.
dropped in here like some of the professionals who have a name for themselves or a family name, but you actually had to work your way from the very bottom all the way up, and you learned all aspects of the game and the swing and clubs themselves.
So I've been doing this now for 25 years.
Wow.
And I was fortunate enough that when I decided to enter the PGA of America, I knew what I wanted to do.
Great.
And so that allowed me to kind of streamline and go right after what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be a coach because I took so many lessons when I got good at this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the good lessons, and I was fascinated by what made a good lesson versus a bad lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really where I had a passion for instruction and coaching.
What attracted you to Belfair? So, because
Yeah.
I know being a member here that we went through a rigorous process to replace the previous instructor, and we chose you.
So Belfair, for me, I think it's important when you're in the profession to actually know what you want. And what I truly enjoy, I like working with all golfers of all levels, but my true sweet spot enjoyment is working with, you know, the senior, the aging, the mature golfer. So that would be a demographic of, let's say, 60 plus.
Like me.
Like Belfair.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
the whole community. Yeah.
So I think you need to really know what you want. So for instance, Belfair, you know, we do have juniors that are working, that are coming in, but not a lot. And so I like to work with a mature athlete. And so that's what brought me to Belfair. Not only the fact that it's in the Low Country, which is a beautiful area.
Yeah.
And Belfair itself is just such a wonderful community with all kinds of amenities. So for an instructor like myself, it ticked all the boxes.
Well, and as an endorsement, I've taken numerous lessons from Bruce, and he has helped me tremendously. And what all this technology is wonderful, but Bruce takes all of that and simplifies it. And that's what a great instructor to me does, is you're able to simplify it and educate the person about their swing and what they need to be doing. And I can tell you my game has improved with the lessons I've had from Bruce tremendously.
It's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
Technology is great. It's a tool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like anything.
Yeah.
And so tools can be extremely beneficial, but we still have to communicate.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. I mean, like anything, communication, you know, the greatest coaches in the world, we always hear are great communicators.
Right.
And that's what I found with you, is that you're a great communicator and you make things simple.
Oh, I appreciate that. Technology allows me to communicate in depth.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like you're mentioning, we can take that all away and make it simple if we need to.
Okay, Bruce is going to take us through a lesson. And Bruce, if you just walk me through the steps of what I need to do, what's important. I need to stand on this mat like I did.
Sure.
during my
So for
lesson.
any lesson, I think the first thing that we always want to start with is an interview. I mean, that's important to get to know each individual and the client.
Right.
You and I have already done that, but again, it truly sets the tone not only for our relationship, but it helps me know what this client wants.
Right.
And then it gets me to know a little bit more specifically about them.
Okay.
But once we've done that and we're going to take a full swing assessment, in this bay, we've got all kinds of technology. And some of it's hidden, but a lot of it's hidden underneath that mat.
Wow.
So the player actually stands on that mat. You can go ahead and do that for me. Underneath that mat is a tremendous amount of sensors and computers,
Mm-hmm.
and it can measure how a player moves and uses the ground to move. So I can measure the pressure that's applied and how that helps movement.
Mm-hmm.
I can measure the forces that you actually apply,
Mm-hmm.
everything from a lateral force to a turning force to a vertical force. And there's so much technology in that plate. So while we're in a lesson, the player's standing there, they're hitting shots. I can see the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times we'll look at it together. But sometimes if the player's not so centric on tech,
Mm-hmm.
it's just for me.
So you're also saying there's a lot of emphasis on footwork as
Completely.
well.
This now gives us as coaches a window into the ground of what the player, how the player uses the ground. And without the ground, we are not really going to be able to move.
Well, why don't we go through a lesson?
Sure.
And
So you would stand on
I'll
that mat.
stand here.
We're hitting golf balls out in that direction. So not only do we have this mat, we've got cameras on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a face-on camera, I've got a down-the-line camera. And then this little orange box behind you, that's TrackMan. That's a launch monitor
Mm-hmm.
that uses radar. So there's radar that's tracking the flight of the golf ball that tells me everything that the ball did. And then there's also radar that tracks the club that tells me everything the club did into impact.
Wow.
So those two things give us facts on ball flight.
Okay. So how about if I take a swing?
Go ahead and just take a nice little practice swing. Great. So I'm back here. This is like my command station. So
Mm-hmm.
when you took that swing, I captured it real quick.
Okay.
So once a player's gone through a series of shots and we've had the chance to talk and communicate a little bit more, then when we get into the lesson, I always start with the facts first.
Okay.
So the facts would be more about like what the ball did. And even though you didn't hit a golf ball, over here on this screen, TrackMan's telling me how you delivered the club, what the ball did.
Okay.
And the golf ball doesn't really care what your golf swing looks like. Like it does exactly what that club tells it to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I want my clients to understand their miss, so to speak,
Okay.
or why the ball did what it did.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very powerful.
Yeah.
And then we go into like the how. How did that happen? And then that would be more in like the movement, how you delivered the club, how your body helped you deliver the club.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're looking at an image here of you taking that practice swing. So I've got the face on, I've got the down the line. I can run it through as slowly as we need to. I can draw all kinds of lines and references that the player may or may not need for visualizing what we're doing. And then through these over here, this is me being able to read the pressure. So that's the mat. And then these are the three forces that we talked about, the horizontal, the ability to turn, and then the ability to actually launch.
Yes.
So again, all of this at my hands, it certainly helps me because it
Mhm.
allows me to get to the root cause faster.
Yeah.
And whether or not I share all of that with people, some people love it, some people, it confuses them. But for a coach, if you're not using it, you're missing a lot.
Yeah. I noticed everything you just said. I thought you told me about 25% of what you just analyzed.
Yeah.
And I thought if you told me all of that, I would have said, just turn me upside down and let me
Correct.
swing the golf ball.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's what I think is the real benefit of having an instructor like Bruce who can analyze all of this data and bring it down simply to the person swinging the golf club.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. We don't want to add more. We certainly think about too much already.
Yeah.
But again, it's a tool that I think helps me
Yes.
get better
Mm-hmm.
and get better faster.
Yeah. And I noticed TrackMan. I have heard that every touring pro now has bought, which is an expensive piece of
It
equipment,
is, yeah,
and every touring pro has bought a TrackMan for themselves at home. Is that
without a
correct?
doubt. Without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Yeah. Okay, Bruce. So this is kind of like having 4 children, and I'm saying, who's your favorite child?
Right.
But what is your favorite tool at the Learning Center? Or, is it that you can give lessons in inclement weather? Is it all the greens and tee boxes? What is it that you love the most?
I think it comes down to one broad thing, which encapsulates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked at some amazing places throughout my career. But what Belfair has is, number one, when they created your golf courses and created your learning center,
Mm-hmm.
they thought ahead, and they reserved 30 acres for practice.
That's a lot.
And that
of
does
land.
not happen a lot.
No.
Usually the range, the learning center is an afterthought.
Yeah.
So they set aside 30 acres. You built your learning center in the middle of these 30 acres. So of course we have a double-sided range, but we have got this amazing building that allows us to do all the things we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a plus for me.
Yeah.
And then we've got these outdoor facilities to train, to practice, but the membership has access to chipping greens, pitching greens, uneven lies, awkward shots, a large putting green. So the fact that it is encompassing 30 acres and Belfair members just love the game of golf. They love the game of golf and they like to practice the game of golf.
Yeah.
So as an instructor, that's really what you want, is the area to be able to do all that.
And I agree. I think that for me as a member is what is key, is that I can practice different shots, different situations. And you just don't find this. And I guess that's why we are one of the top 50 learning centers in the entire country.
Correct.
Which is on our sign outside.
Yeah, it's something very special.
It is. That's a great reward for us, or a great award for us, yes.